1080 KRLD. News, traffic, weather, all day. And listen live anywhere using the radio.com app. News Radio 1080 KRLD.
Thanks so much for staying with us. It is 11:50. I'm David Rankin. It's the recorded phone call that put Comcast in the headlines.
Okay, we'd like to disconnect. We'd like to disconnect, please.
Okay, so why is it that you don't want the faster speed? Help me understand why you don't want faster internet.
Help me understand why you can't just disconnect us.
Being that we are the #1 provider of internet and TV service in the entire country, why is it that you're not wanting to have the #1 rated internet service, #1 rated TV service available?
I'm declining to state we're switching providers. Can you please go to the next question?
Okay, so what is
One of the Comcast phone reps wouldn't let Ryan Block cancel Comcast without a fight. That conversation went on for at least 20 minutes. Comcast did have to apologize after this recording went viral in the last 24 hours, and they've suspended the telephone operator at the other end of the call. Question, of course, is how does this happen? We're joined by a communications expert, Gail Goodman from PhoneTeacher.com. Good morning, Gail.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for taking the time. Well, this is not atypical. This happens all the time when people are calling customer service, especially if they're looking to cancel a service.
Absolutely. And that person who was an obnoxious rep is trained not to let them do it. He just went overboard, which is clear to everybody that has listened to that.
It really is. And don't a lot of these services like cable companies and telephone services, don't they have what they call customer retention offices, and that's their sole job is to make you change your mind?
Well, their job is to try to make you happy enough to stay with the service. The problem may be, and I'm not privy to how Comcast does this, but the problem may be that he and his team might be bonused pretty heavily for certain numbers, and so he got overzealous, and we all could hear what he did when he was really determined to make this man stay with him, but he obviously did it from the wrong direction.
In your role as an expert in this particular area of phone etiquette, and in fact your entire company deals with the fact that you can make these kinds of companies and make this better for people, what should this gentleman have done?
Calm down significantly. You mean the rep?
Yes,
or
the rep.
Customer? The rep was very crazed. He was clearly over-aggressive with the client. The client was canceling the service and wasn't interested. He wasn't listening, did not hear the man's tone of voice. The customer was unusually calm because he knew he was taping the CSR and was trying to capture something for the Internet. At that point, he and his wife knew this was ridiculous. And so the rest of us are having a good time with it. But nobody listening to this would have stayed that calm. My recommendation to the consumer is I would have hung up and found a different rep who would have just let me disconnect.
That's what a lot of people tend to forget, is the fact that if you have a representative on the telephone, if you hang up and dial back, chances are, because they're in a big phone air bank, you're not going to get the same person.
Absolutely, and the only reason you wouldn't do it is if this man, who's the consumer, waited a very long time for a pickup. You would not want to wait again. But in his case, he could have also said, interrupted the rep and said, I need to speak to your supervisor.
Is this something that you would go into an office and say, you could have done this a heck of a lot better?
Oh, I don't think it takes a genius to know that he was out of control. It shows that these telephone rooms that are very, very large can't be supervised per person every minute of every day. I would doubt that his trainer told him to do 90% of what he did on that call. They told him to do something similar. He just took it to a level that was close to psychotic.
Gail, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you for inviting me.
That is Gail Goodman. She is from PhoneTeacher.com. It's 11:54 News Radio 1080 KRLD. Time to check your money.
Stocks are on track for gains. The Dow up 59 points.